Hi guys, it is Sunday, May 10th, which means it is the start of the Disney read-along. So I decided I might try and vlog this week, seeing as I'm doing the readathon for Disney, the Disney read-along, and I'm doing books for the Brave all this week. So I'll be reading a lot of books, and I might as well see if I will vlog it, bring you along. Haven't vlogged in a few weeks. I just feel like there's been a lot of vlogs like published, and I don't want to overwhelm people by publishing one more vlog, but sure, I haven't done one in a few weeks, I might as well do one now. So yeah, so it is currently like 5:30, so I haven't done loads of reading today, but I did get up to I think chapter 15 in Anna K by Jenny Lee, which I've decided will be the first book I read during the Disney read along, and so far I'm enjoying it. It definitely has so much Gossip Girl vibes. Like, there is bits at the start where Anna meets Vronsky for the first time, and they obviously meet at the train station, so they meet in Central Station, and I just could feel like I could hear Gossip Girl's voice in my head, like narrating the whole thing, and that was kind of fun. I quite enjoyed that. As someone who was like a massive Gossip Girl fan, I actually quite enjoy that element of it. I kind of keep imagining the XOXO like near the end of chapters or when things happen and stuff like that, so that will kind of be fun going through the book and reading a bit more and seeing like if that kind of continues. I definitely, as someone who has read a good bit of Anna Karenina, as I said, I did DNF it at about 60% I think when I originally read it, but I'm definitely seeing the really like the parallels between the two, and like I guess Anna K is enough in like the 21st century that it is quite different, and the characters are all like the upper elite, they're very rich, they have all these like types of problems that like we normal plebs don't really have, so it's quite entertaining to read. Some people really wouldn't like that, but I don't mind it. It also is a little bit like Crazy Rich Asians. It's kind of Crazy Rich Asians meets Gossip Girl meets Anna Karenina so far, so yeah, I'm enjoying it, and I will let you know how I get on further. So yeah, I did that this morning while petting the dog who was asleep in my lap, so that was lovely, and yeah, that's it so far. Hi guys, it is Monday, May 11th, and I just thought I would check in. It is currently almost 3:30 and I am just waiting to do something at work, so I thought I'd do a really quick check in. And yeah, I read a tiny bit on my break today. I got up to 40% I think in Anna K. I'm still really enjoying it. The kind of the slang that the kids and stuff are using in the book is something that is a little bit off-putting for me now at this stage, because it's just not something I enjoy in books anyway, when there's like loads of different slang, especially ones that like come across like really stupid, and I think it does tend to date a book anyway. And I do think this is the type of book that, because there are a lot of like pop culture references and things like that, it might not be one that like ages well. I think this will be a good book for the next couple of years, but I'm sure in another 5 or 6 years, if people are reading it, it might not be as, some of the things in it might not be as relevant, and readers probably wouldn't care as much, so there is that as well. So yeah, that's all I've been doing, and well, I literally only did that for about half an hour today, and I've been working all day. And yeah, I saw a tweet from Whitney over Witty Novels there, I think last week, and she was talking about obviously working during all of this COVID-19 crisis and stuff, and how she's like obviously really grateful for a job, but she also just would kind of love to be one of these people who kind of isn't working and to take a break and stuff like that, and she feels guilty about it. And she was saying, you know, like there is that kind of case of burnout as well when you're working so much during all of this too. And while I'm not like overworked or anything during this, I definitely am getting days as well where I just feel like I want to be out in the garden and I want to be reading and I don't want to be working. And yeah, it's definitely one of those things where you're kind of like, you need to be grateful for the job that you have and that you still have a job when so many people have lost their job and can't work. But there's also that kind of thing of like, you always kind of want what you don't have. And yeah, I'm definitely kind of feeling that the last few weeks today as well. So yeah, I just want to bring that up as well, because I'm sure a lot of other people are feeling it too. And I think Whitney kind of, she verbalized it in a really great way on Twitter when I saw her tweet, and I was like, that is exactly how I feel. So yeah, and that's not to say that like I've been doing loads of things on like when I've been off, like we've had like a couple of long weekends and obviously the weekends, and I just feel on those days I'm kind of just like sitting there and not really doing anything, and I feel like it's such a waste when it comes around to Monday again, I'm back in work and I'm like, oh, I should have done all these things on my days off, but then I'm also just kind of tired and burnt out and I just want to lie there and not do anything. So yeah, it's kind of like this balance at the moment, and because there's nowhere we can go, there's nothing we can do, I just kind of feel like all I should do is lie down. So I'm kind of not pushed to go out and do anything else anyway, so yeah. I should definitely go out and like try and go for a walk or something later, but I don't know, we will see. I'm not the best person at like forcing myself to go for a walk and stuff like that, but I might try and do it this week with that. It is Tuesday evening. I've just finished work, and yes, I am in the exact same jumper as I was in yesterday because, well, there's no one new around to judge me except myself. So I am currently 80% through Anna Karenina, or Anna K, not Anna Karenina. I'm currently 80% through it, and I'm starting to really get into it now, and I'm definitely going to finish it today. I'm going to try and, my Kindle is saying I have about like 40 minutes of reading left, but that generally isn't always completely accurate, so I say maybe another hour or so, but I'm definitely going to get it finished today. I'm going to fly through it now just as soon as I do this update, because I want to show you some new things I got today. I got 2 deliveries. I got one Lush delivery, which I ordered a couple of weeks ago for payday. I normally actually don't buy that much things from Lush, but I decided to treat myself and get a few bath bombs and stuff on my last payday. So they came today and they smell so good, and I don't know whether, I'm kind of tempted to have a bath today, but I think I might wait until Friday because Cosy reading night is happening on Friday, so I think I might wait until then. I also got a book delivery today, and it's books that I ordered a few weeks ago after I read Tessa Dare's The Duchess Deal. So I did read The Duchess Deal on Kindle because I bought it on my Kindle, but I loved it so much I was like, I kind of want the physical copy of it, so I got the physical copy of it. It's really small. It's like a really small paperback with this like really annoying flap. I hate these flaps that are like, they're not completely covered the first page. I hate those ones, but sometimes you don't know what you're ordering, and it was only like €7 or €8 or something, so it's fine. I also got the 3rd book in that series, which is the Wildfire Wager, which people really love, because I already have the governess game, though it's a completely different cover to these ones, but beggars can't be choosers, so I'm really looking forward to reading this one eventually. And yeah, the cover of this one is really nice as well. I just really love like the pink and purples on it. It's so nice. And then I did read a few weeks ago, I read A Kiss at Midnight by Aloysha James, and this is part of kind of like this like fairy tale series that she does, but all the stories, they're not connected, but they're in a series because they're all based on fairy tales. And I bought the 2nd book in that, which was When Beauty Tamed the Beast, and I don't really like the cover of this one. It's a bit weird, but it's fine. This one is, like, I really enjoyed A Kiss at Midnight, but that seems to be like one of the least popular ones of the series, and this one has like a really high Goodreads rating, and people really seem to love this one. And obviously this one is based on Beauty and the Beast, so I decided to pick this one up, just seeing as I was getting the other 2 anyway. I was like, I might as well just get this one too. So I picked this one up, and this is definitely on my TBR to be read very soon, so yeah. And then I have my Lush Delivery here, which I'm going to have to like unpackage and then show you. I do have this like really nice little tin here that I got other Lush things in a few years ago for Christmas. So I'm going to put them in here. I'm going to take all this stuff out and I'm going to put them in here, and then I will show you. I might keep these things to put them in the tin because these are kind of good just so everything doesn't go everywhere. Okay, so these are the ones I have here, and I'm going to need to remember which ones are which. So we have this one here, which is one of the bubble bars. It's a little bit, I don't know, is it supposed to be purple, or is probably just, I don't know whether it's just like rubbed against one of the other ones. But this one is Milky Bath reusable bubble bottle. So this is one of the ones that like will give me a bubble bath, because I wanted ones that I could use a few more times, not rather than just the once. So I think I just like run this under the tap and I'll get bubbles, and a friend of mine has said that you get loads of bubbles out of them, so that's good. And then I got this really nice lavender one. So they're actually, even though you get a good bit out of them, they're smaller than I thought they were going to be, because they're like £8, which is like what, €10-11. And yeah, I just thought they'd be like a little bit bigger than this, but that's fine. And I got this rose clay salt cube. This just looks really nice, and it's a little bit different than like the normal bath bomb. I think this one is a butterball bath bomb. I think so, judging by the size of it and the price of the butterball bath bomb. I think this is what this one is. Then I have the deep sleep bath bomb, which is in a net, which is nice. So yeah, something that will be really, really relaxing. And then the last one I have is the big blue bath bomb, which is this one. So yeah, I'm so excited to like try all of these and yeah, just have some really nice relaxing baths, because I've been really enjoying baths again during all this lockdown, because I kind of I had them all the time as a kid, then I started taking them sporadically the last few years or so, and really enjoy having them, but I just don't have them enough. So now I have my romance novels and my bath bombs, and like, I think I'm sorted. Hi guys, it is Wednesday evening, and ooh, this evening light is fairly good, I must say. So I am finished work. I've just filmed a video, a book review for Anna K, which, as you know, I was reading, and I finished last night, as I said I would. And I have not done much reading at all today. I think I've only read like 3 pages on my lunch today, because I was, what did I do on my lunch? I decided to bake some blueberry muffins, so I did that, and they were delicious. And then, yeah, to be honest, my second half of my lunch, I was watching Sims Let's Play videos, because that's just what I felt like doing. So that is what I did. I think I read like 3 pages of my next book, which is A Natural History of Dragons by Marie Brennan, and I think I should really get down now and start reading this book, because I do want to get a good chunk of it read today, so I can get it finished by tomorrow. It would be great, and it would do well for the rest of my reading that I need to do for the next few days. So yeah, and yes, I am wearing the same hoodie for the 3rd day in a row. Don't judge me. I'm not going anywhere. It's not like, you know, it's clean. Well, it's not clean after earlier, because I do realise that I did get some muffin batter on it, so it will probably have to go to the wash after this. But it's just so cozy and nice, so that's why I wear it. Yeah, I'm going to go, I'm going to try and upload this book review now, and then I want to go downstairs. I might go to the conservatory where it'll be a little bit warm, and I will start reading this properly. I want to get a cup of tea, and that is what I will do. That is my plan for this evening, which all in all is not a bad plan, so... So I am almost 80 pages now into A Natural History of Dragons, and I'm really enjoying this. The writing style is really easy to follow, and it's set in a fantasy world, but it is a fantasy world that is definitely 100% based on our world. It definitely feels like the main character, Lady Trent, is living in some sort of form of like Edwardian England, and she is like a lady of high society, and because of this she obviously can't kind of do the things she wants to do, which is to study dragons and become a naturalist, and she has to find different ways to be able to kind of follow her dreams, which is, you know, to marry a supportive man and to kind of persuade him into letting her kind of join him on expeditions and stuff to do with dragons, which is what she is doing at the moment in the part that I'm in. So I really enjoy that kind of type of feminism as well in the book, and that like she wants to pursue her dreams, and she knows what she wants, but at the same time she's not going to do something that is completely kind of too modern for her time either, in terms of being like an out and out feminist, but she's finding different ways within her own control to take control, if you know what I mean. So I'm really enjoying that, and it's definitely, as I said, it's definitely like just a very easy read so far, and quite conversational, and there's parts of it that are a little bit not dry, but it's more because she's a naturalist, I think, and because the character is very scientific based. It almost, some of what she's talking about is very matter of fact. So things with like when she meets her husband, it's not terribly romantic or anything. You don't hear about like their wedding night or any of like their big firsts or anything like that. It's a lot more matter of fact, and you know, you only hear about certain things like years on from the fact. So it's definitely a lot more like sciencey in that sense, and matter of fact in that sense. We're not getting a lot of like emotion from the memoir so far, but I don't mind that either, because it's just really interesting anyway, in a world that's very much based on our own, but one that has dragons in it. So I love that, and I love just the different mentions of dragons so far. There hasn't been that much, but the ones that there is just really interesting. And yeah, I love dragons in books. I love how different authors write them, and I just think they're so fascinating to be able to explore within a novel, and I think this one is doing it really, really well. So I definitely think I'm going to really enjoy this book. Hi guys, so as you can see there on my lunch I read a little bit more of A Natural History of Dragons. For some reason I keep going to call this How to Train Your Dragon. Slightly similar but different. So I'm 140 pages in now, really enjoying this, really enjoying just how Lady Trent is narrating her own experiences and talking about how her experience, some of her experience in this book is kind of because she's a younger woman. She's only 19 years old in this first book, where the bit where I am now, she's only 19, so she's very young, and just the different experiences she's had and the way she reacts to things and things that are happening. You know, if she was a more well-seasoned traveller, if she was older, if, you know, she just had more experiences, things would be different. And I also love the fact that she's not someone who just is like brilliant at everything she does straight away. Like, she does struggle with these journeys. The fact that she is a woman who has been reared in a house that is, you know, in a lot of comfort. She's rich. She's used to having like people serving her and, you know, having everything kind of handed to her in a way, and now she doesn't really have that. She is struggling a little bit with it, but at the same time she can't really voice her struggles too much, or else the men on her expedition will you know, they'll regret bringing her along because, you know, their suspicions that she is just a woman who can't handle these things would be confirmed, and she doesn't want that to happen. So yeah, really enjoying this. Can't wait to see how long it goes. We also got our masks today for we bought some kind of cloth masks just for being out and about, and I'm not actually sure which way I'm supposed to wear it or if it's like the same, but yeah, they're kind of nice. They're like €10, and even if it's just for peace of mind, I don't mind, because I have a feeling that eventually we're all going to be told to still wear masks when we're outside. And even not good for vlogging because it's like you can't even hear what I'm saying. But yeah, is this going to be like the new look from now on? Be like thumbnail. So yeah, I don't know, I feel like my face feels like really small, but also I feel like there's a lot of extra material. I don't know, do I have a weird face? Is it too big? I don't really know. It doesn't have that kind of hard thing that you pinch down because this is just cloth mask, but they are reusable. I put them in the washing machine, so that's why I got them. But yeah, I don't know, maybe I just have a small face and not good for my face. It is a Friday, thank God, and it is Cosy Reading Night as well, which is great. So Cosy Reading Night is on for 6 hours tonight instead of 3 hours. It is currently 9:15, so I think there's another 2 hours left. And I've been reading for the last few hours, and I just wanted to give you a quick update on where I was. So I have finished A Natural History of Dragons. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it, and yeah, I'll obviously talk more about it in my wrap up, which will be up before this vlog. But yeah, it was very fun. I'll definitely be reading the rest of the series of this, and yeah, it was just something different, and I just thought it was written really well, and the character Lady Trent and the way she's an old lady and talking back about her adventures, I just love that kind of dynamic of the story, and her kind of commentary as an older person, as someone who's reflected back on her experiences, and just the commentary that she inserted into her story was just really interesting, and I love that. So yeah, this is a really strong book. Really enjoyed it. Gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. I'm currently 30% into Believe Me by J.P. Delaney, which is like a thriller. This one has kind of turned itself around for me, because the first 10% or so I wasn't really sure of it. I don't want to say too much about this book because I actually wasn't sure myself going into it, but it is basically about this girl called Claire who is an actress in New York. She's a struggling actress, and she works for this these divorce attorneys, and basically she's basically hired by women trying to see if their husbands are cheating on them. At first I didn't really like it because there are parts of this book that the main character Claire, she's looking back and she's kind of creating it into a script form. So it's like the scene itself, it isn't written like a normal scene, it's written as if it's in a script, and she's reading it as an actor, and I just don't like that. I just don't like that style. It's really annoying, and sometimes just some of her, the way she's kind of talking about things, it's very much as if she's it's almost as if she's doing a voiceover of her own movie, and I just don't really like that style. I particularly like her as a character so far anyway, but the story itself has started to get very intriguing, so I am starting to enjoy it a lot more than I was the first 10 or 15%. More about this tonight. But for right now, I do want to have a bath, and I think I might start Little Women, and this will be my first proper book I'll be starting for the books for the Brave Readathon. So far I've only read books for the Disney Read Along, so this one will be my first proper books for the Brave Readathon. Guys, it's Saturday afternoon and I thought I would do a quick check-in. So I am about 50% through the thriller I was reading, Believe Me, and something has happened in it that I wasn't really expecting. I probably should have expected it, but I wasn't really expecting, and I'm not sure how I feel about it. But I'm interested to see what happens, but it's definitely not like my favourite thriller I've ever read, but at the same time it's really gripping, so I will definitely be finishing that today. So yeah, we will see. Hopefully I will like it, hopefully I won't be too disappointed in the ending. But yeah, it's kind of a weird one. It's like the one I thought I wasn't enjoying and then I was really enjoying it, and now I'm not really enjoying it again. So it could flip and I could end up like absolutely loving it by the end of it. So I've had kind of fun reading it because it's completely, I keep flipping back and forth between my thoughts for it. I did start Little Women last night. I am almost 80 pages through and went on about chapter 9. My per book, I did drop it in the bath last night, I do have to admit. I managed to save it, but there was a bit of it that's a bit wet, and yeah, it's a little bit worse for wear now. Enjoying this so far, the story is just very charming. The girls are just so much fun. I love the sisterly relationship between all of them, and all the way they're all different in the way they all get on and the little fights they have. It's just so lovely, and yeah, so I'm really enjoying it. By tonight I might at least get to about chapter 15, so that is the plan. So hi guys, it is Sunday and I've just finished filming 2 videos, so I am all talked out, but I will do an update now. So I finished Believe Me by JP Delaney last night, which I thought I would do, and yeah, that one was just such a weird mixed bag for me, and I've talked a little bit about it in my wrap up, and yeah, I do recommend it for people to read because I would love to know what other people think of it, but it's definitely a weird one. I don't think it's the best thriller ever, but it's also one that I couldn't put down, so I can't fault it for that. I am halfway through Little Women. I did not read any more last night after I talked to you, even though I did have big intentions of doing so. I did not. I am on chapter 12 at the moment. I don't know how much more I will get read today. Hopefully I will get something read, and then I think the next book I will pick up will be Ashes by Christopher D. Vink, which was the World War II book I wanted to read, which is for Books for the Brave, which is for the prompt of read a book following brave characters, and this is to do with 2 characters in Belgium in World War II, and it's them, I think, having to evade enemy forces, and one of the characters is Jewish, so they are obviously in massive danger from the German forces coming in as well into Belgium. So I'm very much looking forward to reading that because I think it's going to be a really good one, but I do need to carry on and read a little bit more of Little Women. I'm really enjoying this so far, and I don't know why, but I keep thinking of Joey reading this in Friends and what he must think of certain parts, and some of the parts as well, I'm like, I just can't imagine him reading it because Joey isn't the smartest character in the world either, and I just don't know if he would have really been able to easily read this book. I know that's terrible to say, but it's just one of those things because he's always portrayed as not being too smart. I'm like, I wonder if he had a bit of trouble reading this, like for just the words and language and the way it's told. But so far it's really cute. It's quite a simple story in its own way, and it's just really nice. I said the friendships and the relationships are just lovely, so I'm definitely enjoying it, and I hopefully will read more tonight, but we will see. So the readathon is well over. I never really updated after the last update because I had realised, I think that day or a little bit later on that day, that the readathon was almost over, and for some reason in my head I told myself I had like another 2 days until Books for the Brave was over, but I was wrong. But yeah, but a quick update is that I did finish Little Women later on that day, and I did enjoy it. I gave it a 3.5 out of 5 stars because it's not my favourite book I ever read, and I did find myself struggling to read some parts of it. I wasn't particularly gripped by the story, and I think it's simple in nature, and maybe it's because I love the movie so much that some bits in the book just didn't excite me as much, where the movie just really emotionally hit me so hard. So I don't know, that for some reason the book just didn't have quite the same effect. But I also think that a lot of things in the book that I really enjoyed will be actually in like the second Little Women book, so I have a feeling I might like that one a little bit more than I enjoyed the first one. And after that I got really distracted because I started reading the Hunger Games trilogy to prepare for the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. I wasn't originally going to reread the Hunger Games, but then I just really wanted to then, so I decided to do that. And it's like my 5th reread of them, but every time they're a brilliant story and I'm so gripped. I love it so much. I'm already on Mockingjay, so I'm loving that, and the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes actually came this morning, so I'm really happy and I can't wait to finally get onto that one. So that is it for this vlog. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!